Thank you, the chairman of the board. My apologies. My intention is not to listen to the keynote address, but I have got some other engagements that are making me uncomfortable. I have to make sure that some disruption, digital one, is not taking place somewhere. So, the governor of the Central Bank of Uganda and your dear wife, the former Minister of Finance, my friend Honorable Maria Kiwanuka, the MD of Standard Chartered Bank, the CEOs of other related financial institutions, fellow customers of Standard Chartered Bank like myself. Good evening. I will start telling you a story why I had to open an account with Standard Chartered Bank in the year 2000. I just came to Kampala. I asked, which bank can I go to receive my salary? Somebody told me, choose the bank where you will be allowed to withdraw all your money up to the last. You know, just you put in the ATM, below 5,000 you cannot get. And those days you really want to pick everything that is there. So we've worked with Standard Chartered Bank, a great journey, and we are all proud to be registering this digital milestone. I want to congratulate the bank for defying digital disruption. How do you defy digital disruption? You defy it by complying and transforming and automating and going digital. And thank you for taking up these mobile apps. I do not know which human being invested intellectual capital in this, but I am sure some young person was able to put up this app. It may not be Ugandan, but I am also proud that there are many other Ugandans who are able to do this app in our innovation ecosystem. So we are really happy that when you consume these apps, you are not only complying with the digital journey, you are consuming the intellectual export capital of the young people, and so you are creating more jobs. It's not about the jobs of the people in the bank, but taking up this app. And I would like to let everybody know that our own Ugandan innovators have created so many apps out there in the ecosystem that will not only create efficiency in your businesses, but will change your way of life. I can tell you, for example, that Makerere University and other public universities are now using a Ugandan locally innovated application for managing all academic information. If you want to apply to a university in Makerere or Kyambogo, you apply online, including your transcript. It's the same procedure as the Standard Chartered one with your financial statements and the like. So I want to thank the bank for taking this journey. And as government, we are emphasizing and investing our resources and our time in two things. One, there is no digital space to talk about if there is no connectivity. You had the digital manager of the bank. Can I be able to do all this offline? Or he was demonstrating. So the common denominator or the common enabler for you to go online, enjoy all these freebies, he was telling you, you must be connected. That's why as government, we are prioritizing the deployment and the rollout of broadband infrastructure. Broadband infrastructure will be through optic fiber, will be through satellite, will be through microwave, to ensure that every part of the country is served. And we are doing this together with the private sector. Our new policy demands of coordinated development and deployment of this infrastructure. Because that's how you will be able to serve me who is in Kamwenge and I have no physical access to a Standard Chartered branch. All you need is me to be connected. So really, the role of governments is to connect the unconnected. That's how you will be bridging the gap. That's how you will be doing what you call financial inclusion. Yes. The other point we're emphasizing is what I've just said. What dividend can we get out of the heavy investment we make in connectivity? Laying optic fiber from here to Katuna, from here to Wakaka, another border in the east, from here to the border with Sudan, is very, very expensive. That tech infrastructure is as costly as physical infrastructure of Tamakinga Road. But what is the dividend as a country we can get out of this? Is it only about consuming the apps of the Silicon Valley children? The dividend we can get is for our own children to develop their own apps, and they are also put on that app store, and they are also consumed regionally and globally. That's our ambition. So really, I appeal to the banks, I appeal to the other companies. And I want to thank most of you entities, including the bank. I think I've seen you sponsoring challenges for innovators, putting money. Thank you for putting money of your corporate social responsibility in hospitals, in many other things. But start putting money in innovation challenges of young people. Challenge young people to come up with solutions. Yes. That's how we're going to solve unemployment. Even if we create thousands of districts of Uganda and sub-counties, the young people we bring out cannot all be sub-county chiefs. But they will be much better if they become exporters of intellectual capital. And that intellectual capital is nothing else but innovation. I hope the keynote speaker, my great friend, the man I love and who inspires me, the governor, will be able to really bring this message home. And I am going to miss listening to him because I have an assignment to take. So Standard Chartered Bank, I think now the deal I have known, I will have to come and close my old account, go online, so that I am able to enjoy these benefits. Unless if the manager convinces me that even me, the analog customer of the year 2000, I can be brought on board and I enjoy these things. But thank you so much for making banking a hassle-free experience. You go to the bank and you are queuing, you are lining up. Yeah, I can tell you, even people think corruption is in public offices. This could also be another form of corruption because you want to cut the line. But the good thing with the digitization, there is no human contact. So kintu kidogo, you only pay kintu kidogo to your someone by selling you MBs. Because you need to have the MBs and they need to access. So digital contact is not only about efficiency, it's about leveling the playing field. Thank you so much once again. And I apologize for not staying long with you, but I hope other banks can follow suit. Yes, of course, there is still a challenge with people understanding the downsizing of banks from the rural areas. It's a bit of a challenge. How do they catch up? Maybe you need to invest a lot, of course with the guidance of the central bank, that it's efficient. It's not only efficient for the bank, it's efficient for the customer. If I can go online, if people can transact mobile money everywhere they are, and it becomes a way of life, both for the elite and for the non-elite, I am sure the same system can enable them to go online and do banking. It's a matter of creating more awareness and working with us as a government to scale up digital literacy awareness campaigns. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.